Alright, welcome back to another new series, our season 3. So, first season we had 2 tournament winners, second season we had 2 tournament winners, so let's see if we can do better this season. So, let me show you our decks that we're going to be playing with this season. Alright, so first off, we're going to try out these babies. Don't have a whole bunch of cards for it, but we're going to try this out. Togepi, Clefla, Igglybuff. So you get 16 energies on this. You wipe out their bench. You go again, and you try and win hitting this with the Rolling Panic. Try and get out whatever they have least. So, theory is, hopefully get Amoga up first. Get all of them out on the bench. Try and get these out so I can get everything kind of set up. Get us behind. Running with 20 energies. Want to be behind on it. So then I can play Lieutenant Surge and hopefully have at least 2 sets of the Hat Ladies to go and get all the energies on there. Testing it hasn't worked out quite how I want. It's close, but that'll be our first one that we're going to try. Alright, our second one is going to be a Beedrill deck using the Rowlet Alolan Eggator deck, or Eggator? Alolan Eggator, however you pronounce it. So, want him out. Get the Weedles out. Super Growth. Get these up to the Beedrills. Get the Shreninjas up. Put those on the Beedrills. Switch out. We're using Rainbow Energy to get the damage on the Beedrill. And hopefully take out some of their tag teams. Get 3 without having to just get in that one. Hopefully not get knocked out quickly. Alright, next up we are going to be trying a Blacephalon deck. So I want to use Ninetales to drag out whatever they have. Canyon to get set up. You got the Reshiram Charizards. Backup. But our main one. This one discarded. Use the Fireball Circus. Try and get those out. Pretty basic fire deck. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, next up we're getting some new ones. I'm going to try this Clefairy. So Clefairy, we have 3 energies on them. We attack for 60. It goes back to our hand. And if we have a Clefairy Lily's Pokédoll, we can swap it out. Going to use a Rangaroo to try and get those back in our deck. And Pidgeottos to cycle through and see how this goes. Don't have a lot of faith in this one. That's why I made a second one. I call it Doll Eyes. Not sure why. Using the Deerling, Swabbuck, getting Pidgeys. Going to use the Florges to flip a coin. If it's heads, we get to put an item card on top of our deck. We got Pidgeys that can draw and Sawbucks that can draw from the top of the deck. So Sawbucks hit for 60, switches to the bench with one of your bench Pokemon, which should be our Lily's Pokédoll. We'll see how that works. Next up, Dragonite. Alright, so using Malamar, Giratina. We're using the Garchomp Giratina. And new one of the Naganadel Guzzlord. So we'll see how this one goes. Basically get the energies on them for the psychic energies, and then use the fighting or dark energy depending on which one we need. We got Lance, we got Ends Resolve, Roller Skater to draw cards and dump energy into the bench, or into the discard pile for Malamar. Got some Dragon Talons, and those are energies. Alright. Next up, got another Eevee deck. Eevee. We'll be using Glaceon, the new evolutions, Flareon. This one we do 30 more damage. This one attack is 1 less, so we only have to do 2 energies instead of 3 to do that. This one gives us 60 more health. Got this one to be able to hit for 1, hopefully, if we have everything going. We got this one, and we have our other Eevees. We'll see how that goes. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I have a good deck build for that one just yet, but we'll work on it. Next up, Flygon. This one I think we have a fairly good chance to have a good deck on here. Alright. So, Mirandus, when him up first to hit, throw energies back on our Trapinch. Evolve. Flygon. Flygon, as long as it's your active Pokemon, all your Pokemon take 30 less damage. So if they have something that does bench damage, will hurt less. Desert Hurricane does 120. If there's a stadium in play, does 120 more, and then we discard the stadium. So people who are running like Chaos Stadium, stuff like that, will we can discard all that stuff if we want. Then we can put our stadium down. Our stadium will be the Martial Arts Dojo. So we can do about 270 if all things work out correctly. We got our Diancie and Buzzwolves. So, and we'll be using Karate Belts for behind. So that's what that one looks like. Alright. Next up, we have another Venusaur deck. This one's tried to work on it a little bit. Kind of the same as the other one I made. I saw there are some new cards that I may try and put in here. I like this deck a lot, so I want to put it in there, and then I accidentally deleted my Venusaur deck, so I gotta see if I can get this one into the tournament finals and get enough. Next up, a Latios deck. I think this one, because I have a feeling we're going to be coming across a lot of that Arceus triple tag team one, so this is my build to fight the. Alright, so we got our Emolgas to be able to get out, keep stuff on the bench. Using our Starmie for injury acceleration for Latios. Now, I put in a couple of Mimikyus. So this Mimikyu, we discard a supporter card from our hand, then we can use that effect. I think I'll probably be using that one more than anything else if I have that on the board. This Mimikyu is our main star here. Pokemon GX that have any damage counters on them, both your opponents have no abilities. So we get hit on Latios. We got any damage on him, then I don't have to worry about him not being able to attack. I do have Power Plant to help that out. Got some Rainbow Energies to get that damage counter on them. So we'll see how that works out. I want to get Latios up ASAP. Hit his Clear Vision GX so they can't do their GX attack for that with that Arceus. Alright, we got a new Leaf build. Leafeons to go along with Kricketune. So if you have one card, it does 130 damage. If you have one card in your hand, it does 130 damage. If you have 3 cards in your hand, 30, and they're confused. If you have 6 in their hand, this does 30 damage to all their bench Pokemons. So it looked interesting. I wanted to try it out, so this was the build that I have for it. So plan to get as many of those on the board as possible. Do our Grand Bloom, get everything going up. And it has some healing, and we'll be trying to confuse all this good stuff. Alright, next up we have a metal deck. Alright, we'll be trying basically shield, energy switches, so a pretty basic one. Using a welder engine to kind of get them all set up. Alright, now we have our new Mew deck. So this one will be interesting, as I'm playing it with Persian, which everybody seems to have forgotten about. Once during your turn, if one of your Pokemon GX or EX were knocked out by your opponent during your opponent's last turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them in your hand and shuffle your deck. Alright. I have put in Charizard Braixen. 4 energy, 3 fire, 1 colorless. You may search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them in your hand. We got our normal Charizard here for basically, it's not great. You may take that out, but I think that one's probably better. We have our Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff tag team. Does 60 damage for each of your opponent's GX or EX. And I threw in an Eevee Snorlax for the Dump Chunk press. And then you got your normal set, and I also put in Oricorio. So once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. So I have Persian, I have Oricorio, and using the Brilliant Flare, basically be able to get whatever I need at any point. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, then I have the Trevenant. So Mew box with the Trevenant Dusknoir. To do another Night Watch. We'll see if I can get that to work. Pretty basic. Alright. New Mew. Not the old Mew. New Mew. So basically using that stuff too. So basic Mew boxes. Alright. Raichu, our 4th iteration of this. So I'm using this new Raichu. Powerful Spark does 20 damage for the amount of energies attached. So we have the Amogas to get out our Parachutes. Parachutes does Snuggly Generator. We trying to get everything out, and then yeah, because with the Moga you can search out your Pikachus, you can search your Raichus. So loading up those energies. Got 18 energies on the deck, so we'll see how that one goes. We got our Revenge deck. Kind of play on the other one that I had, using Persian. Going to use Entei, Rally Back. If one of our Pokemon were knocked out, it does 120 damage. Using it actually with Fighting to go along with our Marshadow and Machamp. So Revenge, if any Pokemon were knocked out, damage, it does 120, but then we also have Diancie to make it 140. Then we're going to have the Martial Arts Dojo, so if we are behind, it does 40 more. Then I'm also using the Karate Belts to hopefully lower that energy cost. So we'll see how that one works out. Next, we got a Steelix deck. Alright, Onix Steelix. So discard any number of Pokemon with a retreat cost of 4 from your hand, and it does 50 for each one you discard. Alright, so basically everything is for, I put back in my Lickitung. Leaks go crazy, we can use that. These are pretty much just fodder. So we will be using, since we have no abilities, we can use Green's Exploration. We're behind Lieutenant Surge. We got our Pokemaniacs to get these going, to get 3 of them, so we can at least do 150. Then we have Brock's Grit to put them back in. Triple Acceleration energies. We got that should be used with our Licky. And then we have our Steel energy for our Steelix. Alright, next up, Stoutland. So this one, basically energy discard. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn you may discard an energy card from your opponent's active Pokemon. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is knocked out by damage as an opponent's attack, you may discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Overrun attack, 3 energies. The attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. 110. Alright, we are also using a Lycanroc. When you evolve, you get to discard energy from their hand, or from their active Pokemon. We also have Boiling Blood, Lycanroc. If they have a GX, EX, this attacks for free. And if they have any special energy on their Pokemon, it does 130 damage for free. And we'll be using Shuckle to hopefully knock out their energies and go through that way. Crushing Hammers. That for the Dojo, or for the Lycanroc. That's what we'll be going with. Alright. Next up, our Sunflower deck. Alright. So Sunflower, 2 energies. During the next attack, you ignore all attack cost of your grass and fire Pokemon. So play that. He gets knocked out. We bring in Arcanine. We can do Heat Tackle for 190. We get Pyroar out. We can do Heat Blast for 140. We get one of these guys out. We can do their Flame Strike for 230 or Brilliant Flash for 140 without having to have any energies. So we'll see how that plays out. Alright, next up, Tyranitar. Alright. So Tyranitar, any Pokemon knocked out to him, all cards with it go to the Lost Zone. So I can avoid all these Malamar, Giratina decks. Alright, we are going to be using a Sableye, just to hopefully start that one out to hit. We got a Hoopa for Evil Ammunition. Of course, we got our Naganadales. Try and switch some energies over there to him when we need to. Alright. We have a second version of our Tyranitar deck. Alright. So this one we're running it with the Pidgeotos. Jirachi, Pidgeotto. Basically trying to get that up as soon as possible. So we will see how that plays out. We'll see. Alright. We have a Water Mew deck. Trying this out. Give me 1 second. Let me double check something on season 2. Come on. You can do it. Bear with me, everybody. I apologize. I'm just double checking, make sure I didn't have that one in the previous season. But it doesn't want to switch over. There. Alright. Come on. Come on. I hate that my computer is this slow. No, we do not have a water Mew. Alright. I may put in the other new one in here. See what I'll take out. Not sure yet. We'll figure that out. And most of that's just for the Kingdra to do the hydro pump, because that does the most. 50 for each energy that you have on them. Alright. Yeah. Next up, we have another Weezing build. This time, I am going to be using Zangoose. Brutal Edge. This deck does 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, double their damage. So whatever damage they have on it, you hit with that, it doubles it. So that's using Weezing to hopefully get that built up. Again, we have our Mimikyu Shadow Box. So if we are coming across Mew and Mewtwo decks, hit that, we'll shut off their abilities. That would be fun. Alright. Next up, Whimsicott 2.0. Alright, so we are using a normal build. Put in a Chaos Spell so they can't put in Power Plant. Got a Guzma and Hala so I can get a Pokemon Tool card, a Stadium, and a Special Energy. That's all going to be very helpful for Whimsicott. And I'm using the Fairy Charm, the Dragon Fairy Charm, the Ultra Beast, the Ability, Psychic, and Lightning. Hopefully be able to put a stop to anything that they're trying to attack us with. Alright, and last one, which I think is probably going to be no chance, is a Wishiwashi deck. It's got Wishiwashi, Wishiwashi GX, and I'm running it with the Alolan Sandslash, so he can attack for free, and running it with the Flores, so you can hit pretty hard for 1 energy. And this one, Wishiwashi, is 2 energy. If you don't know what he does, this attack does 20 damage for each of your Wishiwashi GX in play. You team that up if you have 4 of these guys in there. Wishiwashi gets 20 HP and their attacks do 20 more. So that adds up. about 180 if they're all 4 on there for the 2 energies. And then he goes up about I think it was 220, something like that. So he gets a little beefy. So we'll see. Alright, so these are the decks that we will be doing this season. There is, I believe, 20, 25, 27, 26 decks right now. Again, could change because I may see something and then add it up. But this is what we got so far. Look forward to everybody watching this season. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day.